Okay. Hi everyone, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavours for the 2nd of February. We've got a 15 seal set. As always, there'll be timestamps in the description if you want to just fast forward to onto a specific one. 2k gold as well on the sides, so that's kind of good. We've got Bestial Daedra, plays the Cyrodiil, Antiquities, stealable items of blue quality or better, or improving items. It's a bit of a weird set. It's very DLC dependent. There's a lot of green going on, a lot of blue going on. So, improve item, the best thing to do there is do a green one. Blue items, you want to steal blue items. Antiquities is best to do with like the green ones, the blue ones too. Players of Cyrodiil, DC is blue, and Team Green exists in some points as well. I suppose the battleground factions don't count. Bestial Daedra can be blue sometimes, I guess, as well. Okay, so my advice is pretty much do these two always, improve an item and 10 Bestial Daedra, and then what you do after that depends entirely on what DLCs you got. This one doesn't require Thieves Guild, but the only real time I would want to do this is if you're doing Thieves Guild, or maybe if you own Necrom, because there's a specific way you can do that very easily with Necrom. It just takes a little bit of time. If you don't own Thieves Guild, this will take time. There's no other way about it, I'm afraid. And then Antiquities requires Greymoor. If you don't have Greymoor, you can't do this one, sadly. So, alright, so I'll go through the two that are doable for everyone. These both, I think, are worth doing, because they're both relatively straightforward. Alright, so improving items. It's just one. This one, it's a weird, unique endeavor that doesn't actually tell you how many you need to do. It tells you here. You got to be careful. Sometimes it'll be actually more than one. My advice here is do clothing, blacksmithing, maybe woodworking. I just find jewelry upgrade materials to be just a little bit more expensive than just doing this at the willy-nilly. So clothing, you've got the hemming, the embroidery, and then you've got the honing stones and dwarven oil of blacksmithing. I think these are the cheapest. Oh, wait. The character's not doing the animation. Well, these are... I don't know. I feel that those are cheap. Also, the woodworking items aren't too bad either. I think pitch is like slightly more expensive than other things. Yeah, pitch is still expensive for some strange reason. I think this is more expensive than Turn is at the moment, which is weird. But yeah, blue turpin for woodworking is also not too bad either. So you just got to find an item to improve. Now, what I suggest you do is do this in Vocal Guard. You can do this in other places, but I find Vocal Guard's just like the most convenient for where everything is. Come to Bright Steel Armory. Just come inside here, crouch in the corner. And there's a mace here, so just make sure the guy's not standing there. Steal this mace. There's an axe over here you can steal as well if he's over this side. If you want to use clothing, there's a clothing place over here that you can steal stuff from. It's just, I find it's a little bit more of a pain in the ass stealing from this area, just because the NPCs are in really annoying spots. But my advice here: Tower of Lies. Yeah, that's so. So when she's like this, you can steal this jack. If she's turned around towards this stuff, you can turn over here and get the stuff over here. So get something clothing related. I think these are sabatons. Yeah, don't get those. There's lots of clothing items here that you can get. Sabatons over there as well. So these three here. So get any of this stuff. If this guy's not looking at it, you got some of this stuff here. They're all clothing items. Once you got one item from that, just so you're not spending your own resources trying to get something, you just can use whatever you want. So we'll just go to the blacksmith station. So you just go improvement tab, and you go to whatever item you had and just improve that. Now, something that can make this a little bit cheaper too is if you get really high in the blacksmithing line or the clothing line, whatever it is, this bottom passive, in every single one, it will always be like an expertise one. Get this one, and it reduces the amount of items you need to be able to improve something. Now, I don't know... Can you... Oh, yeah, okay, you can do it. I would advise very much against gambling your luck, especially with things like this. Maybe if you just steal items like this, but like you're losing honing stone for like not guaranteeing your chance to get it. I always think only going 100% chance on these is good. So yeah, my advice: don't do that shit. It's never worth it. And yeah, naturally it'll be 5 of the green resource, 7 of the, or 4 or 5, and then 7 of the blue resource. But you can get it down to a lot lower than that using these passives here. So I highly recommend just trying to get yourself a character who has all the crafts unlocked, at least with these. And like this other stuff is really beneficial in the long run as well. Yeah, my advice: if you can get a crafter, it is a lot of work, but boy is it worth it in the long run. Alright, as far as obtaining the upgrade materials goes, things like this, the most surefire way is to, I would say, go onto guild stores, look through the materials, and then you go whichever one, and then the tannins will be here, so whatever's on the right on this tab will be the upgrade material, and you can get stuff here. 60 gold per piece for embroidery is fucking highway robbery, don't do that shit. But yeah, you might have to go around looking for it, but you will probably eventually find some of this stuff here. And you know, a stack of green, the hemming or whatever it is, for like 7 gold a piece, that will last you eons for as far as this endeavor goes. And usually the amount of money you're paying for that, you'll get that back in just the 2k gold probably in that. So that's one way. You can just refine raw materials. I don't think I've got any on me. Do I have any? Yeah. So any of this stuff here, you refine raw clothing stuff or raw medium stuff. You can get hemming and that stuff. Same thing with the any of the blacksmithing ores. You can refine this to get upgrade materials as well for the blacksmithing line. And then you've also got hirelings. Hirelings are a great way to just passively gain these resources over time. They'll come through the mail, and yeah, you can see here we got some pitch, got some honing stone, and we didn't get any here, but sometimes we can get way better stuff. Like every now and then from these hirelings, you can get dreg wax, which is fucking good. So my suggestion is try and get that sorted too. You will clutter your mail very quickly using this stuff, but if you look at my main account on the US servers, it's like 50 mail just full of like the hireling stuff. I just can't get through it all. But yeah, really helpful in the long run too, if you can get that. I've talked for bloody 10 minutes about improved items. God, this is going to be a long video. Okay, so Bestial Daedra, there's basically anything that isn't like the humanoid Daedra, I think, counts for this. The most surefire ones for this will be Scamps and the Banekins as well. So there's 3 options I suggest for this. Hold on, just let me make sure it's not too loud. Okay, cool. This thing feels really loud. So yeah, these guys here, Scamps. These guys are one thing you can kill to get the Bestial Daedra done. Clan Fears as well. So Toronan here, in the just next to the Vaith Dolmen in Oridon on the northern side. This is a great option for getting this one done, because it's just crawling with Scamps and Clan Fears. This place is usually what I suggest for this. There is another place in Stonefalls as well that I suggest doing. The Brothers of Strife, this area here, so just south of Evanhart. This area is also full of Scamps. You've also got Ash Mountain up here. This area here is full of Scamps and Clan Fears as well. You can kill those there. Now, if you go to all these places and somehow they're all just full of players killing everything, there is a instance place that is actually really good for this, and I'll show you. So it's Banished Cells on the northern side of Oridon. There's Banished Cells 1. You don't really want to go 2. There's just going to be lots of undead stuff. Ooh. So, to a Way Shrine. As soon as you get into Banished Cells 1 from the Way Shrine, you're going to be immediately met with 3 Bankin. So immediately you can get 3 off the list, and you're already well on your way. So you get in here, you see these 3 here, put your dots down, and just go nuts. They'll die in a couple of hits. So if you can, try and get yourself a Nightblade, so you can cloak through to avoid all the enemies you don't want to fight. So we'll go get a bit of movement speed. Avoid these guys too, there's no Bestial Daedra in here. The next group of Bestial Daedra will be here to the right. There'll be these group of Scamps. You get 2 there, you get 2 here. That's 7 in total. Ghost, boss in there, doesn't count. You don't have to kill them. You don't have to kill the boss to progress. You do have to kill these guys. So this group here, you do have to kill. As soon as you kill these guys, this door will open. So kill him, and this door will open. That's important because in here is going to be the rest of your Banekin. So in this room, now you can just ignore these guys and run straight for this and hit this switch. It'll aggro all the Banekin straight away, but for the sake of like not fighting 2 big groups of enemies at once, you know, not everyone's going to be comfortable doing that. Yeah, you can handle that, like, no doubt, but yeah, I know not everyone's probably going to want to. So yeah, go into this area here is what I like to do, to force all the ranged enemies to just huddle up into a group. That's easy to just AoE everything down. That's why I do that. And they also struggle to all hit you at once, because if you just stand in the middle of the room, you're just going to have all the ranged enemies hitting you at once, and it's not great. So now we go up to this, and what will happen is it will spawn a massive group of Banekin. So right there, that big group. So let them all... You can just immediately attack them, and it'll probably be better, because they'll all be nicely grouped up. Hit them with an AoE. And there you go, that's plenty of Banekin right there. That's easy way to get Bestial Daedra done, and not have to worry about other people outside, like, affecting any of the areas you're doing. You can also do this in some public dungeons, like, for example, Sanguine's Demene. Is it Demene? There's Ogrims and Scamps in here all over the place too. You just have to look around a bit for them too. There's other places. The Village of the Lost, the group event, is like fucking 20 Bestial Daedra as well, but that takes quite a while to get to as well. But there's Bestial Daedra on the way there too. Yeah, there's lots of options here that you can use. Just gotta find the one that works for you. Alright, so now let's talk about 3 stealable items of blue quality or better. If you have Thieves Guild, this one's great. If you don't, this one fucking sucks. So, Thieves Guild, I'll talk about the easiest option. Come here to Avar's Landing in Hughes Vein. You don't have to come here any time other than this. As long as you've been here once, it triggers this, it's like a achievement set. So this is Carrier's hit list. So what it does is adds a bunch of items that you can steal, just in random locations. Usually, the one I go to is in Daggerfall. I'll show it later on, but right here, you'll see this Thieves Guild option here. That one I find is just like the most straightforward to get and to get to. So what we need to do is just, because we're here, let's do it here. So this item here, you take it, and it's a gold quality item. And you take this, and it counts as a stealable item of blue quality or better. Now what happens is, if you've done this before, you can't do it again. So if you've already done it on a character, choose another character, and you can just do it anyway, it's fine. The only thing is, if you go to find these items without Thieves Guild, they won't show up. You actually have to go to Hughes Vein once for them to show up, and I think you need the Thieves Guild for them to actually appear. Now, what will happen is, now that I have this item, if I destroy it, magically, it's going to come back. So what that does is, now I can just take this item again, destroy it again, and take it again. And it just means in about 10 seconds you can get this one done. Now, here's the reason I don't do this one normally. This person here gets in the way, and she can just stop you from looting it until she's like walked away. So now you can. So yeah, this one's great, but you need Thieves Guild, unfortunately. I know most people do, but some people probably don't, so that's going to be annoying. Alright, so I'll go through your other 2 options. I'll go the base game one and the Necron one. I think they both are quite shit, because they rely completely on RNG to actually get anything, but it is possible to do it without Thieves Guild, and it is possible to do it without any DLC, but it's just going to be annoying. Alright, so what I do with base game is I go between the bank in Vocal Guard and in Glenumbra, the castle in Daggerfall Castle here. So I just go to the Way Shrine. From the Way Shrine, I come here, go back to the Way Shrine, travel back to Oridon, go to the bank in Vocal Guard, do this, loot a bunch of stuff here, and then just go back to Glenumbra. I'm sure there's better ways for this. Is sort of, I've been doing this for years, so it's kind of my comfort zone. You can probably do this at other places. The idea is every time you leave the zone, all the containers will reset. So all these containers here, what you're looking for. So there will be like blue quality rare 250 gold things that you can sell to fencers that you can sometimes get, or you can sometimes get motifs, which are also blue quality. Those are going to be the two items that you're looking for, but as you can see, they are not the most common thing in the world. You're just going to have to go through all the backpacks, all the... Here we go, beautiful. So we've got a pattern. Sorry, I didn't talk about patterns. It's basically like motifs. So here you go. Here's a blue quality item that you can get. The only annoying thing right now is I cannot collect it because Tillendil's in the way. Now I don't know. Do leads count? I don't think they do because they're not actually stolen. The leads themselves. Alright, so I'll just fast forward it to when. Actually, nah. He'll probably see me anyway. Here we go. Okay, so now we'll just grab this. Yoink. And that's another blue quality item. So we got really lucky there. Normally it takes me several rounds to find one blue item, but we got one there. So yeah, it'll probably take a while. So you can also take from these. And the good thing about this little room here is there's 4 containers. You got this one here, this one here, this one here, and then sometimes these are full and sometimes they're empty. It's just every time you visit here, it'll be different. Some of these will be have stuff in them, some will be empty. It's just the way it goes. Sometimes they're all full and it's great, but not always. So yeah, sometimes you can get a blue item from these, and there's nothing in here to stop you. There's a cat, but you know, cats ain't no snitches, so that's good. Now you can steal from safe boxes. Most of these. You can see there's one there that you can get. Most of these houses in Vocal Guard have a safe box in them, but this is another RNG thing. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. You can't really rely on that either. Now, after you've searched all the things, there's more things in there you can search, but I'm not gonna. They're a bit more difficult to, or a bit less reliable to just search whenever, because there's guards walking around and shit, so... Yeah, I just go to Glenumbra and I head straight for Daggerfall Castle. So from here, I guess I could use my mount. It's just going to be very slow. Right, so from here, just turn right. And then you'll get Stewie here. It's the hero who saved King Casimir. Oh yeah, they say honor and steel too, don't they? Left. There's a wardrobe here. You can. All right, cool. That will never have blue quality items. So here's the carries hit list item that you can actually steal. The only issue is this guy might see you for a split second, but that's fine. So you can look in this, and it's got the Raven Durrani's inflammable rug. So you can steal that, destroy it, and this will reappear. And it's very easy not to get spotted while you're doing this. So. If not though, that item will not spawn if you don't have the Thieves Guild DLC, which sucks. And if you haven't gone to Hugh's Bane and to a Bar's Landing, it also will not spawn. So you have to make sure you do that first. That's something that caught me out before. So you got a cupboard here, cabinets, another cabinet over there, there's a cabinet here, cupboard. Got a nightstand there. Got a trunk. You've got a nightstand. I think that's a bookshelf. A trunk here, got a nightstand. You go upstairs, you got way more stuff. So you got these 2 dressers here, the dresser and a cupboard. Got a desk here, got a nightstand, got a wardrobe that's all got stuff in it. You got 2 wardrobes over here that can have stuff in it. You got a desk here that might have stuff in it. There's sometimes a safe box here you can steal from. You just have to make sure the cleaner is out of the room. So, yeah, I think it's that person there. Sometimes they probably walk off the edge onto the thing below. That's quite funny. Right, so backpack, dresser, trunk, nightstand, wardrobe, dresser, nightstand, and then a dresser over here. And then after that, you just jump back downstairs. You can try and go through this stuff, but I find it's less frequent that there's actually anything meaningful in there. So you just go back outside. And then usually what I do is I just go back to the wasteland and go to Auridon. Because what will happen is, now that you've travelled to a different zone, the stuff in Auridon will reset. Now, it's basically the same thing in Necrom to loot stuff, but the location that you use doesn't have anyone in it, and is right next to the Outlaws Refuge, which you can also use to reset the items. So Necrom is actually one of the best places in the game for doing this. Alright, so in Necrom, just west of the Wayshrine, we've got the Outlaws Refuge here. You just go inside. Alright, so my cat's sitting on the mouse, so if anything weird goes on, just know that's probably my cat kicking it or something. Alright, so you want to go to the, excuse me loading, you want to go to the northern side, this door here, you go to the Necrom Underway. So obviously this requires a Necrom DLC, just keep that in mind. You'll find fucking everybody goes here, because this area here, this Necrom Underway's bit, which just urns all over the place, and there's nobody to stop you from stealing from them. So what you do is you just come in here, look immediately to your right, there's just urns, there's just urns, there's urns, there's urns, and there's fucking more urns. So just come through, start looking through them. Every now and then you'll probably find like a blue one. So we're going through. Oh, there's a decorative wax. If you see this, get these, because they're also worth a lot to sell to guild stores. You can also get things like these, like white items that are 40 gold. Get the green items that are 100. But unfortunately, they don't count. But they're worth selling to a fence for the little bit of gold you get. Yeah, mostly... God damn it, Donnie. You probably won't see many blue like items that you sell for 250 gold. You'll probably find a lot more motifs and the furnishing plans that you saw before. Oh my fucking cat. Donnie, this is not a good time. This is not a good time. It's kicking it. Alright, so... Oh yeah, here we go. So, Wood Elf Star. There you go. There's another one. It's annoying because I'm a Wood Elf already, so I can't read it. But there we go. So, you just go through and do that for fucking quite a while, and you'll... I mean, not quite a while. Probably like 10 or 20 minutes, and you'll probably get all of them done. But like, for a 15 Steel Endeavor, that's not great, is it? So once you've gotten... if you've looted or checked everything in here, let me show you something. So we'll go through, we'll just get these items from these urns here. So all of these urns here, just next to the door, are empty. If I go back into the Outlaws Refuge, Darnie's kicking the mouse again. So if we turn back around and go inside, and we check, all the urns are back. So what happens is, this is technically counted as a completely different zone. So these reset because you're leaving the zone and you're resetting all the containers. So that is a very quick way to just reset everything in here. And believe me, there are so many fucking urns to choose from. These large ones don't count, but all these little ones are all separate containers that you can loot from. So this is a leisure domain fucking, like, leisure domain utopia for leveling this fucking skill line up. It's really good. And yeah, just make sure you launder these, don't sell them, because if you collect a couple of these and put them on a guild store, you can get quite a bit of bank from those, because people use these in their houses all the time. Right, let's move on. You can also log out instantly in here, which is also fucking really helpful. You can also do the same thing in the Outlaws Refuge in Necrom, which is quite unusual. Most Outlaws Refuges in this game, you do have to wait like the 10-second cooldown, which is weird. Alright, so we're up to excavating Antiquities. This one you need Greymoor. You need to come to Western Skyrim to Solitude. The Antiquarian Circle will be here. This is where you go to unlock the skill line. You come inside. All you have to do to unlock it is talk to Verita Numida, spam the talk button, go out, turn around, go up to this item here, press E, and then talk to her, and you complete the first quest. Now, if you want to do a tutorial with her, you can. It'll give you a basic explanation of how Antiquities work. I can go into detail in it myself, but there's really good guides out there. I'll link one in the description if you want to look through it. It's not too long. I think they do a better job at explaining in a shorter time than I do, and I really don't want to make this vid any longer than it is, because it's already fucking long. So I'll just go through the very specific things that I think are important to know while we do it, and yeah, we'll just get to it. So I suggest using a small zone, because the amount of dig sites there will be is... Well, there's a similar amount of dig sites, but they're all very close to each other. So it means, even if you don't own shit, you can just go to this one-way shrine in Bleakrock Isle. That's right in the middle of the entire zone. This zone is tiny, and it's very easy to get to basically anywhere you need to go. My advice is, if you can, complete this quest here, Skystride Barrow, because it will mean that this area here, the skeletons are docile. So you can go through here without getting attacked every 20 seconds. Or more like every 2 seconds, I'd say. Okay, so, journal. Antiquities Codex, current zone, go to the green item. This is all you'll have available for the get-go. Some of these will be a pain in the ass because they'll just... You have to be very... you have to be on point with these, or you'll miss one and it's a bloody pain in the ass. So I'll try and get this one done in a single go, but I can't give you any guarantees. I probably could have got that. Okay, so what will happen is, if you fail to do all of them, what this will do is it will give you dig sites, and depending on how many that you miss, you'll get additional dig sites that are fake. So one of these will be real, one of these will be fake. So I don't like to have any of the fake ones because you can just be wasting your time digging in an area that doesn't actually have the item that you're looking for. But the good thing is, all you have to do now is just go back and start the scrying process again. So just basically re-roll it until you actually get it right. Because not all of these will be as fucking... as shitty as that one was. Okay, you can also just press escape and go out of this. In the very early beginning, like as soon as you start off Antiquities, is the shittiest time because you have none of the things unlocked to make it easier. So this is just a fucking RNG shitfest until you can actually get one that's good. So just keep re-rolling these until you find a good one. Finally, there we go. Okay, I got one. So now they're all collected. All 6 of these like swirly things. Now you only have one dig site. So this is the real dig site. Okay. Most important thing, go to your quick slots. Tools, this one here, Antiquarian Site, slot this shit on your bar. This will make it so much fucking easier. So now we press this, and when you're inside the area that the dig site is in, press the quick slot button. It will direct you in the way to go to find the dig site. So this will mean you're not just walking around aimlessly to try and find it. You know which direction it is, and you can just follow that. So here it is. It'll have like a little glowing thing. As you level up scrying, this one here, oh sorry, excavation, keen-eye dig sites. This one will you'll have like a more, it'll be like more pronounced, the effect that shows you where it is. So you can get that too. All right, so this is the easy bit personally. Early game anyway. So process of elimination. I always click this one here. Could be in this area here, or here. Process of elimination. It can only be in this area here. So we'll go here. So it can only be in this, basically this area here. So we'll go here. I would say it's either here or here. Yeah. Okay, we found it. Okay, so I suspect it's right here. So green means it's on, you're like on top of it, and yellow means you're right next to it, basically. Okay, we got it. Right, now it doesn't matter, just go through. You'll get one extra item if you find it, and that's it. Just get this to sell as well. Now we've got the blue item. Unfortunately, if you just started it, you can't do the blue item yet. So yeah, just do another green item. You can just spam the green item as much as you want. Let's see if we get another shitty option here. Alright, doesn't look like it. This one looks good. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, beautiful. Now I'd press escape. You don't have to go through that whole animation. We've unlocked all 6. Where's this one? Oh yeah, so right next door. See what I mean? This is why these small zones are so fucking good for this. Again, get inside. Press the antiquarian button. Go this way. And we found it. So dig site's here. And same thing. So go through. Click here. So it's in this big area here. So we go here. And we found it. So not on that side, not on this side. So it must be in this area here. And it's over here. Cool. And now we just dig it out. All done. Just keep going until you run out of time at the top there. With that, or you find your item you're looking for. We didn't find it, so that's it. Just 2 Antiquities and we're done. Okay, so last up, I'll just talk very briefly about 2 players with Cyrodiil. I think this is the worst option of the lot. If you basically don't have any options here that you want to use, I'd still say do this one, but you could get this one quicker. It just depends on the time of day. If there's nothing going on in PvP, it might take a while because it's just like mostly the good people on usually. But the most important thing to know about this one is you don't actually have to kill them yourself. You just have to have participated in the kill. So basically, as long as you've like light attacked them once or hit them with like a bit of siege or some shit, and they get killed by someone else, it counts. So the two best ways I think definitely are siege. Go up to a keep to defend it or to assault it. Hit someone with some siege. If they'll take a bunch of damage from the siege, and if they get killed by something else, then that will count. So that's one way to do it. Or if you're not familiar with PvP, basically just go super tanky, get a healing build, and just follow a big group of players around, heal them, and just like light attack enemies every now and then to get participation in it. So there's 100,000 builds out there that can explain how to do PvP better. I'm not someone who can do that because I'm not a very good PvP player. I mean, I've probably got the knowledge, but just not the experience. So what I would suggest though, if you do want like a straightforward build, Transmutation is a great healing set for this place because it just makes it really difficult to do any critical damage to anyone with this effect on them. Rallying Cry is also a very typical setup to use because it just gives you weapon damage and crit resistance, which is both good options to have in PvP. Just understand the more players around you that get affected by your Rallying Cry, the less effective it'll be. So yeah, Transmutation, Rallying Cry is like a good setup. If you want a crafted setup, Ratchet is what I usually would suggest, or something like Seducer. Seducer. Saint Seducer Mythic's good. Mythics are very strong in PvP, and something I would suggest if you can get it. Trial by Fire is a really strong defensive set in PvP, one that's easy to craft. Critical Riposte could also be quite handy to have to reduce the effectiveness of some player that you're getting attacked by, especially if you're going to be healing. People are probably going to be targeting you a lot, so it might be helpful. But yeah, I would just suggest looking at other people's builds. Myself, I'm not very experienced when it comes to PvP, so I wouldn't be able to tell you much, especially with the process of killing people. But yeah, Siege and healing I think are good. You can also do like a ganking build on a Nightblade, like a bow snipe build maybe. Try and pick off people that are getting attacked by other people. But just understand they're nowhere near as good as they used to be, especially just using snipe. It's like you basically have to spam dots, like stack a bunch of dots on someone instead. But they can work too. Just trying to gank people while other people are hitting them. But I find that very dishonorable myself, so I don't like doing it. But yeah, if you got any questions about any of this stuff, just let me know. But yeah, I'm not the kind of guy to ask about Cyrodiil. There's probably other people doing endeavors that know Cyrodiil stuff that I don't. So maybe go to them. I'm not sure. But yeah, any questions about any of this stuff, just let me know. But that concludes endeavors for today. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. And take care.